G'day team, Nick Rowland here, hope you're well. I'm sitting here with old Sanj Silva from the New Zealand Cricket Players Association. We've come in today to catch up with him. So Sanj, just tell me a little bit about, I guess, what your role is with the CPA.
Yeah, sure. So I look after the personal development program for the Cricket Players Association. So we look after all the current and past domestic and international players who've been contracted and who's represented their provinces and the country. The program I run is basically around how we give our players the tools, players and the past players the tools and the connections and so on to develop them as people, and also the transition piece which eventually comes along for all sports people. So that's one of the key things that we do here.
Yeah, because it's quite a difficult one for these players. I mean, they're thrown into the limelight at 16, 18 years old, and they play 10, 15, 20 years of their favourite sport, and they're travelling the world and absolutely loving life, and then at some point it comes bang. Okay, well I'm finished doing that. What do I do now?
That's it.
So that's part of what you're doing.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Look, in some ways we're quite lucky. About 2/3 of our players have got some sort of qualification, or they're studying towards a qualification, the current players.
Awesome.
That's a good part.
Yeah.
But the reality is, just because having a qualification doesn't give them a God-given right to find a job, or more importantly, to work in an industry or a job that they really enjoy.
Yeah.
So we're quite mindful that yes, the qualification part is important, but also the work experience and understanding what's out there, and being exposed to those opportunities are as important as getting a qualification. So part of what we do is we connect our players with employers, business leaders, charities, and so on.
Okay, and because obviously they're pretty jammed over summer. Obviously, cricket's a summer sport, so they have a bit of idle capacity, I suppose, over the winter months before they kick off again the next year.
Yeah, the domestic players do. Their contracts are only 7.5 months, so they probably have about 4.5 months to do this kind of stuff. The international players not as much, but what we found in the last sort of 12 to 24 months is there are employers and business leaders who are happy to have our players, even for a short period, because they've got some really good transferable skills. It's just a case of getting them in front of the right people.
Yeah, that's right. And obviously they're more than comfortable about themselves. They're kind of out in the public eye. They understand what that looks like, whereas a lot of, I guess, employers have staff that aren't used to that, so they have that. Never guess it, but we got a bloody phone call halfway through that. So we're sitting here with Sanj Silva from the Cricket Players Association. So we're just talking about the transferable skills that a player has and what they're doing within their career. Absolutely leads them into the need for work and the responsibility that you take on within organisations. And obviously the winter months are a bit busier for some of the businesses and probably a bit quiet for the players.
Yeah, look, that's exactly right. That's the time that our players do a lot of the work experience and meeting with mentors and so on and so forth. So that's the time that we really want our players to focus on these things, because there's no cricket.
Absolutely.
You don't want the cricket to be a 12-month thing anyway for the domestic players. There's a lot of time that they actually can go and explore and get some real good experience.
Yeah, cool. Nice. Well, thanks, Sanj. It's awesome to hear you guys are doing some great stuff within the industry. And obviously, as we've all kind of seen, I've seen it firsthand, a lot of these players do get really confused about what they do life after cricket. So it's good to see the Players Association, they're doing this across rugby, cricket. What other sports are kind of working on this space?
Netball, hockey.
Nice. Okay, so some of the premium sports. So if you are a business out there that's looking for some helping hands, I guess, across the winter months, then Sanj is your man to come to. But these guys are they're very good men, and women obviously, and a lot of them have got degrees, so they've kind of got the background knowledge, but the experience is kind of the stuff they're after. So yeah, happy to help out if anyone's really keen to get anyone in. I'll obviously put you in contact with Sanj and we'll go from there. So cheers, Sanj. Good to catch up.
Fantastic. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers,
team.